With the rumble of an ancient motor, the door opened. There was no need to hold back, and no time to hesitate. They pushed their way inside. Standing in front of them were Ace and Lotus. Ace still held the revolver in his hand. It was still pressed hard against Lotus' temple. A small dark bruise had begun to form near the tip. Even from several yards away, Junpei could see that Lotus was shaking. She was terrified. But perhaps more interesting was what Junpei saw behind them. 9. Another number 9 door. But why? Why was there another one? The door stopped Junpei in his tracks. It simply shouldn't have been there. As his brain finally began to consider why, the whine of a warning klaxon filled the air, drowning at any thought. Warning! Warning! Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Yeah. Automatic incineration will take place in 9 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Oh my, how exciting. You've run quite a show here, Zero. A terrifying smile twisted Ace's face. What's the matter? Too frightened to understand? Here, let me explain. It said that the incineration system is about to activate. In 9 minutes, this room will be engulfed in flame. Huh? Who are you? You don't recognize me? I'm hurt. It's me, Snake. Snake? Ah, yes, you are alive. I'm afraid your bizarre style had me confused. I'm quite glad to see that you're alive. Ace's voice didn't change. Snake ground his teeth. If you don't mind my asking, how did you get here? Snake, Junpei 7, the 3 of you couldn't have opened a door with 9. Did you use Clover's bracelet perhaps? What? 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4. Ups. Das wäre ja auch gegangen. Hat eigentlich irgendjemand das Nummer 4 Armband mitgenommen? Ah, egal. Ah, well, your reaction suggests that you did not. Hold on. Why did you think we'd have Clover's bracelet? Junpei felt his chest tighten. Oh, they haven't told you? Told me what? Clearly not. Normally, I would take some time and enjoy the moment, but I'm afraid my time is at a premium just now. I'll have to make this quick. Clover... Don't do it, Ace. Keep your goddamn mouth shut. Clover... I said stop it! Don't listen to him, Snake. Junpei could feel his voice going hoarse, but Snake didn't listen to him. What happened to Clover? Ace looked at him. The corner of his mouth curled into the hook of a cruel smile. Clover died. The color left Snake's face. He shook his head weakly. No, that's not true. That's impossible. It's a lie. It has to be a lie. Oh, it's quite true. I can assure you of that. I killed her myself, you see. What? I'm sorry, did I stutter? I killed her. Snake's face twisted into a mask of rage, mottled red rising to dot his pale skin. His entire body shook. He looked to Junpei disturbingly like a demon. I would have rather she died with less suffering. A bullet in her brain perhaps would have been ideal. Unfortunately, that would have made quite a bit of noise. Circumstances being what they were, I was forced to settle for the knife. The one the 9th man had, you remember? I believe I caught her just below the shoulder blade. I was rather lucky, in fact. My first thrust went right between her ribs. Her flesh was so soft. My knife slid in so easily. There was no resistance. That feeling was... I confess, I feel rather excited. It is a powerful memory. Someday perhaps I hope I can feel it again. Incineration will begin in 7 minutes. I'm going to kill you. Snake's words were a guttural growl, barely audible. I'm sorry, what? I'm going to kill you. Ah, so you're going to kill me. Please do. Come now, I'm waiting. Don't do it. Don't listen to him, Snake. Stop it, kid. Stop it, kid. He is screwing with your head. Is there a problem? What are you waiting for, boy? Don't you want me to send you to join your sister? Don't, Snake! Don't do it! But Snake could no longer hear them. Snake could no longer hear anything. Snake moved like a bolt of lightning. His scream echoed through the incineration chamber, full of rage and despair. Snake! Snake! Ah! Ich meine, ist ja nicht so, dass sie immer hätten sagen können, dass Ace einen Revolver in der Hand hat, ne? Aber, na gut. Another scream filled the room. It was Lotus. She ran across the room toward Junpei, her eyes wide with terror. Snake's ill-fated attack had loosened Ace's grip on her, and she'd made a run for it. She reached Seven and Junpei and ducked behind them. Junpei could feel her fingers on his arm, tight enough to be painful, keeping him between her and Ace. Incineration will begin in 5 minutes. Give me the woman. He raised the gun. I need her. Without her bracelet, I will be unable to open this door. Quickly now. I don't have time for your shenanigans. Shenanigans. In the center of the room, Snake's body lay eerily still. He looked like a human larva, prone and vulnerable on the floor. I see. Then it would seem I have no choice. The rest of you must die as well. Fortunately, I have 5 bullets left. 1 for Junpei, another for Lotus, and the last 3 for that lump of idiotic man you call Seven. I will take Lotus' body with me and leave this room. Incineration will begin in 4 minutes. Well, it looks as though our time together is at an end. I rather enjoyed playing with you. Goodbye. Junpei could see Ace's finger tighten. He could see it begin to squeeze down on the trigger. His body tensed, preparing for the catastrophic impact of hot lead against human flesh. Then it happened. Snake stood up. What? No, that's impossible! For the first time, Ace's composure broke. With obvious effort, Snake lunged forward, 1 step closer to Ace. Then another. He looked for all the world like a zombie. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. His voice was a mournful wailing of the undead. Stay away from me! Get back! Stop! If you come any closer, I'll... Get away from me! Little by little, Ace was retreating. Snake didn't stop. He continued his stiff, inexorable approach, his eyes twin pools of pure fury. Listen to me, I said, don't come any closer! Shit! You bastard! Ace's revolver leapt 5 times. 5 times, the air in the incinerator was split by the crack of a bullet. Snake's body twitched as 5 clouds of blood and torn flesh leapt into the air across his body. A fine pink mist drifted from his body and disappeared. Snake made a strange sort of choking cough. And then his strength was gone. His legs crumbled, and his broken and battered body slid to the floor. Incineration will begin in 3 minutes. But Snake wasn't done. Even as a pool of blood beneath him grew, he began to move. He half crawled, half slid toward Ace. One bloody arm wrapped itself around Ace's leg, and the other gripped it thick with strength that should have been long gone. You son of a bitch! You're a monster! Get off of me! Let me go! Damn you! He kicked at Snake with his free leg, driving his foot into Snake's face, his arm, his shoulder. It made no difference. Snake refused to release him. Once a snake has ensnared its prey, rarely does it release it. This is it, Ace. We're going to burn to death together. What? Incineration will begin in 2 minutes. Ah! Damn it! Damn you! Get off! Let me go, you monster! Okay. Look, think about it this way. My company owns a wonderful hospital. It has excellent doctors. You're not wounded too seriously. I'm sure they can fix you up easily. You don't have to die. You can be saved. Just let me go. Pathetic. Begging for your life. Then Seven and Lotus began to speak. Junpei could hear tears in their voices, and their words were strained. Snake, that's enough! You can stop now! Yes, he's right, Snake. You've done enough! Come on, Snake, let's go! Let's get out of here! You have to come with us! We have to leave together! Snake turned toward them. He coughed, and blood splattered across the floor. Then he smiled, a sad sort of smile. I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't do that. You'd best forget about me. You need to leave soon. I'm going to take him with me. Shut up! Be quiet! I couldn't save Clover. My sister died because of me. Perhaps this will begin to atone for that. Perhaps in the afterlife she can forgive me. Now go! Go now! You have to go. Incineration will begin in 1 minute. God damn it, shit! We're out of time! We have to go! Seven ran toward the exit. Lotus followed him. But Junpei couldn't move. There were white lines down Snake's cheeks, where his tears had washed the blood away. He was broken, body and soul, and Junpei felt as though half of his own heart had been torn out. His eyes stung, and he tried desperately to swallow to clear the lump in his throat. Junpei, what are you doing? You have to get out of here, now! Junpei's chest tightened, pulled taut by anger, misery, and a cold feeling of emptiness. Pure emotion surged through his heart, alongside the torrent of blood. He could feel it building, a tremendous wave growing taller and taller and taller. And then it broke, crashing down with thunderous force onto his shaken, unprepared mind. Snake! Snake! Junpei's rational mind was gone. He was driven by instinct now, and he launched himself across the floor at Snake and Ace. Or he tried to. Wait! Don't be an idiot, Junpei! He felt a hand grab him from behind. It was Seven. Before he had time to react, the larger man had pinned Junpei's arms to his sides and was hauling him bodily back toward the door. No! No! I have to help Snake! 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 Get off of me! Let me go! Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 7, 6. Damn it, I don't get a choice, kid. Don't blame me for this, alright? 5, 4, 3, 2. 1, 0. Gates 2 and 3 are locked down. Beginning incineration. Junpei felt Seven's fist bury itself deep in his stomach, and then his legs turned to mush. Seven scooped him up in the same motion and leapt through the door. It slammed shut behind them. Junpei struggled to shaky feet. He glanced over to see Lotus only a short distance away. Junpei ran to the door. There was a small window cut into it. Inside, he could see Ace and Snake. Shit! Damn you all! Why? Why? Why me? I don't deserve this! Answer me! Answer me, Zero! Why? Why? Zero! 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 He didn't know how much time passed. He didn't know how long he stood there in front of the incinerator. He looked to the side. Lotus' face was ashen, and if not for the hand she'd put against the wall, Junpei didn't think she could have stood. Sam looked old and tired and used. His eyes stared at the floor, seeing nothing. Junpei said nothing. He simply began to walk toward the open door and the hallway they'd come down earlier. Hey, wait, Junpei! Junpei, where are you going? He blinked when their voices broke the silence. He stopped. You stay here. I'll go get Santa and June. You're gonna bring them here? How? Don't worry about that. Just stay here and wait. Alright? He began to walk again. He looked over his shoulder and watched Seven and Lotus grow smaller and smaller. They stared back, not moving. He wasn't sure if they could. He turned around again. He knew where he was going. When they'd walked through the hallway earlier, he'd noticed an elevator at the end of the side hallway. If it still worked, then maybe... Before long, Junpei found himself in front of the elevator. Next to the door was a button with a triangle on it. He pushed it, and the door opened. Junpei was in the large hospital room. June! Santa! He kept calling and walked to the center of the room. But try as he might, he couldn't find them. Oh, damn it! Where did they go? Increasingly frustrated and increasingly worried, Junpei left the large hospital room. He had no choice. He would have to look for them. Junpei's heart was heavy. He couldn't shake the feeling, but there was a part of him that felt it would be wrong to, even if he could. With every step he took, his legs felt more and more like lead. naheliegendste Lösung wäre doch jetzt sowieso irgendwie der Raum mit der Nummer 9, oder? Also da wären June und Santa doch dann logischerweise hingegangen. Okay. Sometime later, Junpei found himself at the chapel. He stepped inside, expecting to find nothing. But there on the red carpet in the center of the room... June! No. Codenames didn't matter any longer. She was Kanny. Kanny! Junpei cried her name and ran. Like lightning he ran across the room toward her. Oh man, Kanny! He stumbled to a stop. As he looked down at her body, lying so still on the floor, he felt the icy grip of fear upon his heart. She was still, so very still. No, it couldn't be, it was impossible. Slowly, Junpei bent down toward her. His hands shook, and he felt very cold and very hot at the same time. He forced himself to look. Her back was moving. Slowly, it rose and fell. Relief washed over him. Kanny! Junpei reached down and gently, very gently lifted her up. Kanny! Kanny! Are you alright? Junpei. Her face was pale and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei but saw nothing. Trembling, Junpei wrapped his arm around her back. She was cold, very cold. Junpei tried to convince himself that it was only his imagination, but she felt as though she were fading away. He could feel his heart pounding frantically in his chest. Oh man, Kanny, what the hell happened to you? You feel... Junpei, I'm sorry. Her voice was very faint. I might not make it. No way am I gonna let you die. I'm gonna save you, I promise. Thank you, Junpei. Thank you so much. For everything. I was really happy to see you again, Junpei. Really happy. Don't give me that, I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You've just gotta hang on, alright, Kanny? Junpei, did you know you meant a lot to me when we were kids? I've liked you for a long time, Junpei, a really long time. Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame. He looked down at Akane. Game over. There was a crack of static from above his head, and a voice spoke. 0. You son of a bitch! Where are you hiding? Junpei frantically scanned the ceiling for the source of the voice. I'm right here. I've always been close to you. What the hell are you talking about? No matter. I will tell you again. Game over. This game has ended. No, it hasn't. I'm not gonna let it end yet. I'm gonna get out of here with Kanny. You can't. That is impossible. Why? Because you chose the wrong path. The wrong path? That is correct. Your path was inevitable, however. Admit defeat. Where there's shadow, there's light. Where there's light, there's shadow. So it goes. What are you talking about? It matters not. The loser has been decided. I told you I'm not gonna lose. No, you misunderstand. You haven't lost. I have lost. What? Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before... He heard the door slam shut behind him. He spun around. There was no one there. Was it Zero? Kanny, wait here. I'll be right back, I promise. She managed a single nod. Junpei laid her back down gently and leapt for the door. He yanked it open and shot outside. No one. The hall was empty. There was nothing moving around. There was nothing moving anywhere. Damn it! He didn't want to leave Kanny alone any longer than he had to, so Junpei turned around and headed back to the chapel. Kanny? She wasn't there. She wasn't anywhere. She'd been lying there on the floor just moments before. And now she was gone. Oh God. No. No. Where is she? Kanny! Kanny? Kanny! Kanny! His cries split the heavens themselves. He screamed until his voice gave out. Then he screamed some more. But there was nothing. No answer. His voice faded away, and all that remained was cold, unfeeling silence. That was when he noticed it. A strange smell, one he'd smelled before. The smell of a peculiar white smoke. 9 seconds later, Junpei's mind winked out. Ende. Wow. So. Das hier war jetzt das sogenannte Safe Ending. Also das Safe Ende. Manche sagen dazu auch das Notizenende, weil wegen dieser Notiz, die wir in Clovers Hand gefunden hatten und nur mit der wir tatsächlich weiter voranschreiten können. Ja. Jetzt haben wir das Safe Ende also erreicht. Viele Dinge wurden jetzt sicherlich aufgeschlüsselt. Viele von euch hatten sicherlich so ihre Aha-Momente, weil sich ihre Theorien jetzt bestätigt haben oder auch nicht bestätigt haben. Nichtsdestotrotz, die ganz große Frage oder das ganz große Ding hinter dem No-Nary-Game, das bleibt weiterhin bestehen. Wer zum Teufel ist Zero? Und was genau sollte die ganze Geschichte? Nun, wir wissen nun zumindest, Ace war für das No-Nary-Game von vor 9 Jahren verantwortlich. Es waren anscheinend Kinder mit involviert. Ein Kind ist irgendwie gestorben. Soweit kann man sich das, glaube ich, mittlerweile zusammenreimen. Und ja, jetzt wurde er, aus welchen Gründen auch immer, 9 Jahre später, dann eben auch in dieses No-Nary-Game mit hinein verfrachtet. Der 9. Mann kannte Ace ebenso. Ace hat dafür gesorgt, dass der 9. Mann so unvorsichtig war und ja, dann draufgegangen ist. Wir kennen noch mittlerweile The End, or is it? Ja. Wir kennen mittlerweile noch einen Guy X. Irgendeine Person, die von Ace durch Tür Nummer 3 geschleudert wurde. Wir wissen, dass Snake lebt. Immerhin etwas. Ja, und Snake hat sich jetzt in diesem Ende eben geopfert, aber ja, Clover ist gestorben. Unterm Strich. Und wo war Santa jetzt zum Schluss? Und was haben... Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Now it is time. Let our game begin. Ja. Man könnte fast schon sagen, jetzt geht das Spiel nämlich erst richtig los. Ja, weil, would you like to keep the information? Yes. Weil wir jetzt alle Informationen haben, die wir benötigen, um das richtige Ende zu erreichen. So. Gut. Ich glaube, Das war meine bisher längste Aufnahmesitzung, die ich jemals gemacht habe für dieses Spiel. Ich konnte aber zwischendrin auch nicht mehr aufhören. Es tut mir leid, weil jeder andere Moment wäre für mich absolut doof gewesen. Dann wäre ich absolut raus gewesen. Aber allein ich glaube, ich habe ungefähr eine Stunde gebraucht, um alle Räume wieder durchzuspielen. Und jetzt dann 2,5 Stunden Endsequenz. So in etwa kann man sich das vorstellen. Das werden jede Menge Videos. Ich habe noch keine Ahnung, wie ich das zusammenschneide oder so, aber egal. Und jetzt, wie gesagt, beim nächsten Mal. Beim nächsten Mal werden hoffentlich alle Fragen geklärt, wenn wir dann eben weitermachen. Ich freue mich auf eure Kommentare. Ich bin wirklich gespannt darauf, wie ihr so manche Sache aufnehmt und so weiter und so fort. Und ja, mal gucken, wie es dann hier so weitergeht. Ich war der Heringway. Das war 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Ich sag dann für den Moment einfach mal tschö mit Ö und hoffentlich bis ganz, ganz bald.